Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. Notice is hereby given that a regular meeting of the Greenwood Board of Trustees will be held at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, July 30th, 2025 at the Yale McDonald Community Center located at 619 Main Street, Greenwood, Nebraska. Meeting is open and the public is encouraged to attend. Board of Trustees reserves the right to adjourn the exec session for state statute 84-1410. The Open Meeting Act is posted in the meeting room for the public to view. Roll call. Here. Mark. Here. Kevin. Here. Stephanie.
Here.
Tanya's not here. Consent agenda. Minutes, approval of time cards, payroll, detail reports, financials, profit loss, balance sheets. Is there any additions or corrections?
Corrections, noted by Stephanie, and I believe Mark, you have one, two. Okay.
I think Dawn just had the same one that I did.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
And that, is there any other changes? If not, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda. Minutes, approval, time card, payroll, detail reports, financial, profit loss, balance sheets. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call. Mark.
Aye.
Stephanie.
Aye.
Kevin.
Aye.
Aye. Water report, we'll wait until Alan gets here. Sheriff's report.
I don't believe the sheriff, probably the sheriff should come. There is this didn't make the agenda, did it? About
No.
the UTV. So, real quick, the sheriff himself has formed a committee to study the possibility of a UTV ordinance for the entire county. I am on that committee. We've met twice. I only made one of those meetings. And basically, we're trying to figure out. You think a UTV ordinance for a village is crazy? Try draft one for the county. And we're talking about golf carts inside of golf courses, farmers. It's crazy. I don't know. This just went out to the village clerk, and I believe she replied to it. If you have any input or primary concerns about UTVs in the county or the village, you can email the sheriff or call him and let him know what you got going on. Right now it's looking like we're going to parallel a lot with what the state of Iowa does as far as the county ordinance goes. And the county ordinance will pretty much parallel the state of Nebraska, what they have on the books. But if you've got any input, I'll speak the devil. I'll shut up right now. Sheriff, how are you tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I was just enlightening the board about about our committee for UTVs and such.
Well, I don't need to talk tonight. I'll just listen. You talk.
No way. I missed the last meeting. This is all you. Basically, we're trying to put something together so the UTVs can roam freely about the county as needed, protect the public from themselves, things like that. What did I miss yesterday? Anything good?
Not a whole lot. We just discussed the permit application, discussed the permit fee, went back over some changes, others were recommending or thoughts people were providing. We were there about an hour and 40 minutes. Nothing super serious.
One of the things that I found incredibly helpful, possibly, was Columbus has an inspection.
Yeah.
City of Columbus and their ordinance have an inspection prior to getting a permit. So there's all kinds of things we're looking at. If you have concerns, let myself, the sheriff know. But we'll keep plugging away at it. Sooner or later, we'll make everybody happy, right, Sheriff?
No.
Would the inspections be done by the sheriff's, like when they're on duty in town, or?
Haven't quite figured that out. So.
Any other stuff on the sheriff's side?
No, I just, I got a little bit more free time, so I'm just kind of making some rounds or whatever, stopping to say hi. I was going to talk about the UTV committee. And then my other thing that I talked about in Eagle last week was we just went through a promotional process for more administrative spots. These spots were already under the previous sheriff. It's just when I came into office, I did not immediately fill them. But now we have 3 new captains. Captain Ludlow, he used to be a sergeant in the Cass County Jail. Now he's the division commander over the jail. What used to be Lieutenant Burke's spot, Lieutenant Burke was with the sheriff's office for 38 years, just recently retired. Now Investigator Hemmer is now Captain Hemmer, I'm sorry. Captain Hemmer is over the administrative services, which is basically like support staff, court services, the courthouse in itself, along with our school resource officer in Louisville. And then Captain Richter, he once was at the sheriff's office, worked at the police department with me, went to the airport for a year, and we ended up bringing him back, and now he's the captain over the road patrol and over investigations. And the end goal is here in the next month or so, bringing them around and introducing them to as many boards as we can. But yeah, so that's really all I have, unless you have a question for me. I'm just here to listen and learn.
I don't have nothing.
So,
But thank you for coming.
yeah.
Maintenance report, Alan will be here in a little bit. We'll skip over that. Clerk's report, Darlene has been here 2 days this week, and she's starting to get the gist of it. Working on bills, so that's a good timing for her. So, other than that, I don't know nothing on that. Planning and zoning, do we know if they had a meeting?
I don't know. I think they were supposed to, like,
I haven't heard, last time I knew, can't get a quorum, I feel like we had 2 people show up, that's it. So, but most of the permits that have come through, I've looked at them. I think there was a couple garage permits. Those were signed off by me for what they wanted to do. And the biggest headache that we're having right now is that with all the insurance claims and stuff, that people are calling in for the zoning regulations and stuff like that. They keep getting forwarded to me. I refer them to Cass County, and Cass County is in the process of updating their stuff, so they're kind of in limbo right now. Wish you could just write a ticket up for them and say, go away, but that ain't gonna happen, so. Yeah. Anyway.
Other than that, I guess, we'll go to Park and Rec, or, excuse me, Fire and Rescue, do we know anything about that? I don't know.
what days are their meetings? Because now, Mark, are you on the fire department anymore?
I am technically a member, but I'm on a high
Reserve?
Okay, but you're not attending, so that Tanya and I think we're both on that.
I'm just kind of giving it some space.
Okay, so maybe we'll just text you and ask if you're going, what nights are they on? 'Cause
Second
I-
Monday.
Second Monday of the month, 7 o'clock.
Park and Rec.
Okay, so we are running a concurrent meeting, so I'm gonna call that to order here really quick. Notice is hereby given that a special meeting of the Greenwood Park and Rec Committee will be held at 7:08 PM on July 30th, 2025. Said meeting is open and the public is encouraged to attend. The Open Meeting Act is posted in the meeting room for the public to view. Call to order. Haley? Justin? Here. Shelby and Jim are absent. So for old business, we will discuss Greenwood funding. And to provide our update, bear with me here. Yeah, I have a bit of an update since we're getting close to the end. So first update I have is to talk about donations and costs for Greenwood funding. We're grateful for the generous support that we've received from the community so far. We've received over $3,600 in donations, and we're grateful for that because it helps offset our event costs. And I think it also reflects a pretty strong community interest in making it a success. So in no particular order, we've received donations from Black Hills, I3 Bank, Frontier Co-op, LESAP, Great Plains Auction, Fiala's Truck Repair, Horizon Bank, Rockwell Repair, KZ Valve, and Bakers. Total event spend to date is roughly $3,914. So with donations, sponsorships, and food truck fees, we've received, our net spend is approximately $186. And so we'll be looking to verify that all of those donations have been received and on the P&L and such. As we get closer to the date, we are anticipating a few additional donations leading up to or possibly following the event. So we are keeping up on that. Moving on to vendor and programming changes, we have had a couple vendors withdraw participation, or we had a vendor who was interested in participating who has withdrawn from pursuing that. So unfortunately, this includes the beer garden. That had a domino effect. And so since the beer garden is not being pursued any longer, horseshoes and washers have been canceled. Brian Van Lanningham has stepped back from hosting the car show. So in response, Park and Rec is going to pivot, and we're going to host a show and shine instead. So this is going to limit the advertising to the car show book, which we've already been a part of. And that means that there will be no formal judging or trophies. We're hoping that this transition doesn't negatively impact the success of the Libraries and Books fundraiser, as we know that they were really hoping for foot traffic from the car show. So we're hoping that they'll still.
When it came over us, the first thing we saw.
We did receive some feedback from vendors that have pulled out that they indicated concerns about the event environment and unpredictability and expectations. Despite these setbacks, we do hope to have still a successful event for the day. Want to formally invite Board of Trustees to be there. We're hoping that we can send a strong message of community support. And also just to kind of plug for those watching tonight's recording, we invite anybody to participate in Greenwood Fun Day and also help spread the word that we are holding the event on August 16th. Additional event details will become available on the Greenwood Park and Rec Facebook page in the days leading up to the event. Almost done here. So we just wanted to put a friendly reminder out there that we asked that the park be mowed on the Thursday before the event, weather permitting. And then I did have a question. There's the gravel that's sitting on the road on Walnut Street. Is that going to be removed prior to the Fun Day?
It's all weather dependent.
Okay. Can we somehow stay in contact, because we have the craft fair there, and so that would shift kind of our placement.
Yep,
and such.
it's weather dependent.
Okay,
So.
sure. We wanted to say thank you to the maintenance team for the improvements made to the park with the power washing, painting, fixing the swing and such. Haley, Justin, do you have anything?
There was on the supporting document some pictures that I included of the holes in the park. We found a couple more outside of the men's restroom that were smaller, but I was trying to find the best way to take a picture and highlight where it is, because you don't know where it is, it can be hard to find.
Take a flag.
We put Justin's foot in one.
Yeah, in the picture I put like what angle I was taking the photo at, and the one is like by the grill, so if you go out by the grill you would find it. And then, yeah, we flagged it in the photo. Yeah, but the one that's hard to see, the really big one, is the one that we're probably most concerned about, because the grass like levels it out, so you don't know that it's a hole until you're stepping in and you trip. But that was one of the things that we requested before Greenwood Fun Days, just so that we can make sure that we're staying up on it, because then otherwise you don't want to know about it, not fill it in, and then we're dealing with issues with the Nebraska Recreation Life. We just make sure, like I said, in ordinance, that you guys need to have this on our agenda, like actual items on the agenda, if we want maintenance to take care of anything in the park.
So we were told that if there's a maintenance issue, that we just needed to notify it, and that there was not an agenda requirement.
I think it says in the ordinance book, but I mean, for now, if you want this to be taken care of ahead of time, okay, we can do it, but I'm pretty sure it says that in the ordinance book.
So you know that big piece that you're talking?
Mm-hmm.
If you put dirt in there, it's gonna be bare. There won't be grass in there no more for the Fun Day, so it could be mud, you know.
Well, yeah, whatever we need to do just to remove the liability of somebody hurt.
You wanna see a picture of it, Alan?
Sure.
I just take it.
She's got a picture.
The big ones where the tree was over there that we taken down, and I think the other one might be where the shut off is for that hydrant or for that water fountain.
I felt like not a gopher hole, but something similar.
See what you can do, Alan.
Yep.
You said there's 2 more in addition to this? Or these are
Like
the 2?
holes or
or?
Yeah,
Well, the ones in front of the men's restroom, they're like a couple of like little ones.
okay.
But that one where we suspected that it was a tree that was there, that's just like one big one. But those are the ones that we've found and are aware of.
I guess that, or you could put some fencing around it there, Alan, and just so people know.
I don't care, can you just tell me where you want to?
Well, all depends on the weather. I mean, you're gonna have mud, you use dirt, you know.
You know, you just put dirt in there for now, and if it gets muddy, then just tape it off or something.
Probably.
All right.
So we'll be in the park, kind of going through all of our final stuff like that Friday before, so we can.
Is there anything over in that area?
There'll be, some things kind of over in that area.
Animals will be.
Yeah, the animals will be over there. They won't be like right on top of it, but I'm just worried that that will be a main walking path that people will be taking.
Anything else?
No, just wanted to see if you had any questions for us.
Did you guys do your election? That was supposed to be the first meeting of the month.
You're gonna have to refresh my memory, I don't know what this is.
July, you guys are supposed to elect officers for the following year.
I was not aware of that. It was not shared with me,
It's in
so
the
I
ordinance
don't.
book.
Okay, but I guess my request to you would be that if you're aware of something that we need to do, that you don't set me up for failure.
I mentioned that at your meeting in April. Because when you were talking about, you know, you becoming the vice chair, and you said, like, how long is this for, or something like that, I said, you redo the election in July.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean, we discussed it at that meeting and decided that we could postpone it until after the election Mondays. I believe that's.
that we discussed that in our last minute, it is on the last minutes that we were going to vote and bring in the chairperson after Greenwood Monday.
Yeah, I understand that.
Oh, was that your last meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a,
When was your last meeting?
July 16th, whatever, that third Tuesdays.
Oh, we haven't gotten those meeting minutes?
Okay, I can resend them if you want me to. I think, well, we moved our meeting days to Tuesdays. So we can, That July 15th. Yeah. Yeah. So that was our regular meeting, our first regular meeting, on the normal Tuesday. So, yeah. It was a bit on the big.
So we're already submitted to the clerk, and she just forgot to.
Yeah, I submitted them, I think, like like the Friday after that meeting, but I'll nudge her tomorrow and I'll resend them, and so she can send them to you guys.
Thank you, or just ask her to forward them to us, that would be
Okay.
sufficient. Thank you.
Anything else, Parker?
Your event schedule, we're supposed to approve prior to that day, so I think, don't we have a meeting one more before that? Like the final event schedule.
Okay. Like,
So,
like
it'll
the
like list,
paper?
so like, it lists like, you know, 7 o'clock is the fun run, like just lists everything for the day, whether or not it's hosted by you or somebody else, just the day of events, so that we can have a final say of, yep, this is what we all agreed on prior, and move forward. And Maureen discussed that last time at a meeting.
Yeah, I think I'll have to, I don't remember her saying specifically that she had to.
Yeah, she
commit.
just said a list of events, you just submit it to us so that we can do the final approval.
Okay. Cause you guys already approved the events and where they were, like the event
Right, but
locations?
she wants it listed, and we approve that, we've done that.
That way there's a timeline.
Yeah,
Okay,
we do it every
fun run's
single
gonna run, like, say, 7 o'clock to whenever it's done, and then the slide will start at, say, 11 or 10 or whatever.
Just like a flyer that you guys would print.
Yeah,
if you were
like a
posting it
flyer that you
somewhere.
would print out for
That's
people to
basically
see.
what it is.
Okay, so the flyer would just. would be
As long as it's
for-
up to date, like removing
Right,
anything that
and the
you had
time.
mentioned, then.
It could be all day or,
Right.
Okay.
But
I just
yeah,
wanna
we've
make
done
sure
that
you
every
don't want
single
like
year.
a separate.
So just
No,
so you
no.
know, I'm not picking that.
whatever you're gonna
Every
put for a
single year.
flyer.
Okay.
I'll make sure that's on the agenda.
Anything else? Anything else good? Mark? Nothing good. Library?
Yeah, okay, so, I filled out our 486 form today for the E-rate, and the way that works is that, so our monthly bill, it's retroactive from July 1st, whenever that's finally set up with the, Unity, our carrier. And, I guess, so I spoke with the head of the NLC who helped me fill out the form, and she said that we, I don't know, we may need someone from the village to possibly contact our carrier just to, because rather than be reimbursed every month by the USAC, it would be much easier for them to just pay it directly to, pay our bill directly, which is 50% of that every month. So, I may need to, I don't know who the contact person would be to speak to the carrier about that.
So Kevin, or do you want Darlene to do it when she's established?
So I'm clear on this. You want somebody from the village to contact the provider, which is Segra, or?
Is it Unity or
It used to be Unite, it's now Segra.
Segra?
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
name of it.
Okay. I mean, or should it be me? I mean, I'm not sure. She just
As
said-
of right now, I think it's Don, me, the clerk, and Chad are the authorized users, so I can call.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be great. And then it'll be much smoother than after that call is made.
Okay.
They'll get a check.
Yeah, I've got all the contact information for all of that, so.
Okay, so that's going to take place. Had a question about, so our budget meeting is on August 6th at 6 p.m., correct?
Correct.
The auditor wanted to, we would like to, at that meeting, request a modest increase in our budget, and we have some numbers to back up our reasoning. And we're wondering, would we need to present that in advance or at the meeting itself?
In advance.
In advance.
Yes, in advance if
Like,
possible.
Just gives us a week, so we're kind of wondering,
Well,
We just found out yesterday, or Monday,
Yeah, it's short notice for the, but.
because he was full on his dates.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the
So-
only date he had left.
We're kind of in a crunch too on that,
Yeah,
so, yeah.
so we can't postpone it past the 6th, then, right?
No.
It's set. So,
Whatever hardline number you give us on the 6th is what we gotta work with.
right, so, would you need that a day or two in advance, or how far in advance, because we need?
It's nice to have in advance so we can try to give him the numbers, because he kind of works everything in.
Okay, okay, so, and then.
And if you don't, it ain't no big deal, he can pencil in while he's here, but it just helps
Right,
make
Right.
things go smoother.
okay. And, let's see, so, okay, regarding the car show issue, I know we were planning that, usually, I guess previous librarian had the book sale in February when we get very little foot traffic. That's why, I don't know, I had the idea of trying to do it when there's more foot traffic, in the area, so we were going to hold that here. Now with the car show pulling out, we thought, we'd be willing to, if possible, cart everything down to a tent that Elena has at the park, so we could get more foot traffic that way, but there's a conflict with one of the craft vendors who's selling books. So, we'll have it here. It also affects our Friends of the Library fundraiser, moving somewhere at park. And, I don't know, we discussed some solutions on that, so hopefully that'll still be a success, we're hoping. And also at the library board meeting that we had on Thursday, I guess it was, we voted to commit to an annual fundraiser that's not through Friends of the Library, it would be through us, so that money would go back to the village. we were going to do for this year, if possible, with trunk or treat, have like a spaghetti feed or a chili feed, something like that at the firehouse, to do a fundraiser. And we would like to do one major one a year, as used to be done. There used to be a hog roast, I believe. So we'd like to do that once a year to do that fundraiser, in addition to our grants and other things. And lastly, I guess, there are a couple of grants that are not eligible until October to apply for, but I'm hoping for, I think I've got a good lead on one, a small one to help with summer reading for next summer. But that would be next fiscal year, since they announced the winners in January. So that's what I have going on at the library. Currently, in summer reading ends this week. It's been pretty good. And that's all I have for now.
Anything for the library?
Clarify something, with Park and Rec and the library real quick. The car show, it's gonna be a show and shine, but you're still planning on having stuff up here, so there should be traffic up here, so,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
And we will be,
Yeah, we anticipate that cars will still come, we just don't know,
Right.
there's some people
It's
that
not-
will only come if there's
They're judged,
awards
right,
and
right,
things like that,
yeah,
so.
alright.
there will also be the ice cream social down at the church. And then we will also be on, announcing.
Okay, the reason I was asking, is you moving stuff, we've already committed in another meeting stating that you were gonna have this stuff up here, so, yeah, I wanted to make sure.
We're having here.
Yeah, okay.
We
That's
were
all I
just a
got.
little concerned there might be less traffic.
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Anything, Stephanie?
For the budget, just make sure, I know in the past you talked about getting like a new computer and stuff like that, just make sure that you guys have that sort of thing on there, since those are kind of and more expensive.
What would you say about the computer?
I know in your previous minutes, you had stated that you were looking into like getting a new computer
Yes.
or wanted one. Just make sure like big ticket items especially are on there, because that could really make a difference.
Sure, yeah, thank you, yeah.
Mark?
I'm good.
I'm good. Communications of citizens. No one? Old business, approve or disapprove current 1 and 6 year road plan. We never got nothing back from him, so we'll have to table that. Number 2, approve or disapprove installing additional plugs for bases to be completed by previous vendor hired to complete update for the field, with prior approval given from the board of trustees chairman at the regular board of trustees meeting on June 11th. It should be done.
Yeah, I thought you addressed that last meeting.
Yeah, I don't know why they keep putting it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not.
I know the only additional they need to do yet is put up the foul poles out there on the fence, but that has nothing to do with the grant, so, I got to schedule a walkthrough and sometime in August, whenever they can meet, so we can finalize the grant on that, so everything's been paid, everything's ready to go, it's just waiting to doing the final inspection with, Cass County Tourism fees, so.
For the fall, for the foul.
No, for the field, because that is part of the money.
Hey, Don, going back to one here, you tabling, or motion to table on number 1?
We got to take.
Well, I know, but one
Yeah.
motion to table, I'll second.
Okay. Roll call, Kevin.
Aye.
Mark.
Aye.
Aye, Stephanie. Got that?
Yep.
New business, approve or disapprove claims list A.
I'll make a motion to approve claims list A.
For a second.
I'll second.
Roll call, Stephanie.
Abstain.
Kevin.
Aye.
Mark.
Aye.
Don, aye. Approve or disapprove sewer project 6 to 7, Walnut to Broad.
So when Don, when we started stuff, Don had made us aware of there's apparently a sewer lane, sewer main that's kind of egg-shaped and it's kind of collapsing over time. It's in the alleys 6th to 7th Walnut to Broad, I believe it is. So Between Craig's Weston and,
Mass's place. to
Mass's.
Yeah.
Goes from 7 to 6.
Okay, I thought,
Yeah, it's basically the manhole at my place going all the way down to Seventh
I
Street.
thought we were having problems with Ash to Walnut, 4th, or 6th to 5th too.
We are, but I think that that's not, I don't know for sure.
Okay.
But I just know that when he had it cleaned last go around, they were like, hey, it's getting smaller.
Okay, yeah, I was, sorry, I just had shut my brain off for just a minute, because we was thinking of two different things, but now I'm back on track.
It was roughly 3 inches, then they had to use a 2-inch cutter.
Okay, so, what we did is, I know there was some stuff with the Lincoln, water, across the Lincoln water. Jasmine told me that that was all handled before she left, that whatever permissions or whatever we needed was handled, that we basically had to sleeve over top of that, that's my understanding. So, with everything we got going on, I don't know that we have enough hours to get it done yet this year. So I reached out to, a local contractor that we'll work with if you guys wanna do it, immediately and get it done yet this year. I just don't know that we can get it done this year, we have too many other things going on, so, that's the email I sent you, is roughly the time, material, and, time and equipment, and the material, the vast majority of the materials here. I believe you guys must have bought material for that project, because there's a bunch of sewer main over in the shed over there.
I don't think we ever did.
There's a bunch of 6-inch sewer main over there, and I don't know what it's for. But I would highly suggest that we do not put an 8-inch main in there, just because of the low flow.
What's in there now?
A 4.
I don't know.
It's a 4.
It's a
That's
4.
what I thought.
I don't know for sure.
It starts at Doug Stewart, or actually,
It
no,
starts on, people along Church Road there, there's some
Matt, is it Mass's place, I think?
Walnut Street on the corner of Church Road, right there. His
Okay.
house, them two on the
Two
south.
trailers,
Yeah.
and then.
And down the alley.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain that's a 4-inch. If you open the manhole in the alleyway.
It's 4.
I'll put whatever you want in there, I don't care. I wouldn't go,
6.
I wouldn't go bigger than 6.
No.
Just because there's not enough flow.
There ain't enough volume.
Correct. And the solids will get hung up in there, and then we'll have actually created a problem there. So, so basically, I think that, and it is an estimate, we won't know until we start digging, so, dug up there. But, so if you think about it, obviously, we can't shut sewer off. You know, we can't just say, I'm sorry, you can't use your sewer for 2 weeks, we can't do that. So, it's gonna be kind of an incremental thing. We're gonna start at one end, and we'll
Do section at a time?
Yep, we'll take out 20 feet, put 20 feet in, take out 20 feet, put 20 feet in, and do all the associated taps as we go. And then at the end of every night, it'll be a temporary hook back to the old main to make sure that they can use it. Obviously, we'll try to say, hey, you know, if you can, please don't flush a bunch of program down the thing we're trying to fix. But, we can't tell them also that they just can't use their sewer programs. So there is some extra time, obviously, with doing that. So that's the reason it's gonna take so long. But anyway, it's a local contractor, and I've used them on other projects. You know them really well. And obviously they'd be working under me and under my insurance. They also have insurance themselves as well, so. I didn't know how big a hurry you were to get it fixed, and if you wanna do it right away, if you wanna wait, I don't care, you just do it.
I think we're gonna have to wait till next fiscal year.
You wanna wait till next fiscal year?
That's October 1.
Yeah, when did we have that scoped? We had, or
I
camera?
just had it done here 3 months ago,
Yeah, whatever that was.
Okay,
roughly. Last time they jetted,
okay.
because they were wondering why they couldn't get their 3-inch cutter through there.
Oh, okay.
Understand if it does collapse, there just ain't a whole lot you do with it.
Right.
Yeah.
They're just, there ain't no.
But there's still a little over 2 inches still left.
Okay. So, so do you want me to bring it back up after October or next year, or what do we do?
We should probably hold on to it for the budget.
Yeah, it's definitely budgetary, I don't want
Okay,
to.
I'd say maybe the last meeting in September, that way we know we're going into the next fiscal year then.
Okay. So put that on the list of, hey, consider this for next fiscal year.
Yeah.
Okay. In the meantime, I can't remember, was that about 3 or 4 foot deep through there?
I don't know for sure, it either eight.
The reason I'm asking is because if we're already collapsed down to 2 inches, you wanna limit
Oh, it's
traffic-
more than 2.
Well, you wanna limit traffic going up and down that, to stop it or not? Is that,
I don't.
I don't think it's gonna matter.
Okay.
The problem is, it's scheduled freaking,
It's, they call it SDR 26.
it's a black pipe.
It's super thin,
Yeah.
it's almost like EVS pipe,
Right.
it's super thin, so. That's good. Okay.
That's all we got, you know, let's go back to, water report and maintenance report.
Okay, so the blending stuff, the HOA, folks talked to the engineer, and apparently the engineer didn't realize that one of our wells does not have a variable speed drive. He thought we could turn it up and down. That's not the case. That's just not the case. So we're working on a solution to turn the one well down. One of them does have a variable speed drive, the other one does not. And it's $10,000 to put one on, and I don't know that that's not good or not, so we're working through that. And then the meters here, the nitrate meters here, the reagents are here, so it's up and used, and we've used it, so. And that's in progress.
The last nitrate was 6.56.
So I tested it on the running wells, a couple times to make sure the meter was working, and it was below 4. So it's headed in the right direction, so.
That's when Brad did was 6.56.
And that's headed in the right direction, that's good. That means that they're actually falling, which is abnormal, that's good. The air stuff, I still can't do anything about that,
Nothing you can do.
I can't do anything about that. And then, let's see. Yeah, that should be more. Wastewater, can I talk about that?
Yep.
So wastewater, the plant is now all put back together. We went to fire it up, and they robbed some controls out of the electrical panel for something else. So when we went to fire it up, the controls are gone. They took some stuff out of the master control, so we will get those replaced and should be up and going here real shortly, so. But everything is put back together and ready to go, so.
And just to clarify, you fixed the north side and that'll go up, that'll be online shortly,
Yep,
and then we'll shut down the south side and.
yep.
So Scott said the good plan would be not to tear it down until next spring, because just in case something would happen to the north side, because of all the new parts.
Yep.
But
So-
just for a backup.
Yeah, I would like that side that we rebuilt, since it's different materials. I would like that thing to run, and I would like to be able to test through that new running cycle on our monthly test, at least 3 or 4 months at least. That way we know it's operating correctly, not from just mechanical, but also from the process part, if that makes sense. And then, but then that puts us into November, and I'm not doing that in November, so no thank you. But, so, yeah. I do
Could
that.
you get us, I know you bought some extra
Yep.
parts, but whatever parts we do need, can you
Yep.
have that for budgetary?
I will, and,
Okay.
yep, I'll get you a list here shortly. But it should be online here. I'm hoping to get the part tomorrow, so. But I hope we're waiting on production, so.
Gotcha.
The generator did work last go around after we did lose power, so, it worked with no issues whatsoever.
I got a call today from sewer plant, you guys transferring stuff?
We were trying to cobble it together to get it working out, short term.
Okay.
And every time you shut the power off,
Yeah, it's a.
it says, hey, there's a power failure, and those guys didn't know that was happening.
Okay,
So it just dialed through the list
okay.
until I said, hey, go hit the cancel button. So it doesn't quit calling.
Okay, yeah, cause I was like, hold on.
Yeah.
I figured you guys were working on
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
so.
yeah.
Speaking of the power outage,
Yep.
you kind of suggested that we needed some stuff for future.
As far, some materials?
Yes.
I'm gonna get you a material list for the budget.
Okay.
When we had the tree knocked out the 3-phase over there.
Correct.
On Oak, we had literally just enough connectors to put it back together. Like if I needed one more, I wouldn't have it. So, we can't operate that way.
Right.
So I will have a list of stuff, and we'll put it on an automatic reorder hopefully. So I'll break it and say, hey, these are the bare minimums to keep things operating. We need to keep these things.
Can you have a list for us for next meeting so we get that order?
I'll certainly try.
Okay.
No promises, I'll certainly try. So, yep. Okay.
A maintenance question for you,
Yep.
brought up a couple hanging trees and power lines, or we have any schedule for any of that stuff?
So, yeah, we always try to do all the tree trimming in the winter when all the leaves are off, but if we can help it. But we'll certainly do any problem areas between. It's always been past practice to not do the services.
Right, correct.
And I don't care either way, you tell me what you want done, but that's always been past practice, that the homeowner is responsible for the services. You tell me what you want done there, I don't care, I'll do whatever you want. But, we do have a plan to do that this fall.
Okay. Anything else for Alan? All
I
right.
got next to it.
Yep.
The QR code thing, I didn't know if you wanted to move forward with that or scrap it, or.
Yeah, let's go approve or disapprove public request system. Mark, he wasn't at the last meeting, so he might let you know about it.
The system that I use has a public request, that thing. So, it's $75 a month, basically, to open that up to everybody. And the plan was to, if you wanted to do that, was just to send that out to everybody in the village, to send every utility or citizen in the village, access to that, so they could access, a request and say, I need a pothole filled here, tree trimmed here, or whatever they wanted. But there is an associated cost with that. So they looked at it last meeting, and then I think they wanted to, either vote on it or get some more info or whatever. I don't care either way, we're sort of do whatever you want, but.
You guys work, I did send him some things that people in town had called me about.
I do like it. That way you can track it.
It's pretty quick,
Yeah.
and it's instantaneous.
And it tells me when it's completed.
That way you can have it in 5-minute call.
And they can send pictures too, they can say,
Right.
hey, like the park thing,
Yeah.
you can just take a picture and say, here, this needs to be done.
Right.
And then he sent me a text when it was completed.
Right.
So,
We're not locked into a contract with it either.
No, it's month by month.
it's my cost,
Right.
it's my system, I already pay for it.
Yeah.
It's just, it basically just gives me more, I can let more people use it.
Right.
I'll make a motion to approve the public request system.
For a second.
I'll second that.
Roll call. Stefan?
Aye.
Kevin?
Aye.
Mark?
Aye.
Don, aye. Approve or disapprove culvert Church Road at Asher Pine.
I didn't actually put in a culvert application, I want to talk to you first. So we put that, the Pine Street, they made us put that big 36-inch culvert in, along Church Road there. Well, we did all the final grade for the corner house there, and the yard just got ridiculous, like steep, it's just ridiculous. There's no way they're gonna be able to maintain that. So I guess my question was, do you have any appetite for me buying culverts and extending that like 80 foot, bringing in some dirt and kind of make it a little shallower so that they can mow it? They can take care of it. I mean, I don't care either way, but the way it's set up now, there's no way they can maintain that. I mean, they're basically just gonna have to let that grow wild. I mean, it's so steep you can't even walk up it, so, I guess that was just to kind of see what your appetite was. And if you totally hate it, I won't even put the application in, but.
Would it also be beneficial to do it on the other side, like behind, like the Logs and stuff, because I know right there, theirs grows wild and stuff too. Is that
I
part
got
of
a
the problem
feeling if we
there
do
too,
that,
or-
I know.
we're gonna have to do all the way down there.
I know.
Yeah.
And
I would say-
obviously, it's a cost to us. I mean, we'll pay for it, obviously, but, we'll pay for it.
In the subdivision.
Yeah, in the subdivision, that part I'm asking about right there to extend that's a cost to us. We will pay for it all. You know, and I'm not asking for the city to pay for any of it. I just need approval to make that culvert longer, that storm sewer longer.
Yeah.
But,
That's.
I mean, and I totally encourage you to go look at it before.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, it's
Is it
ridiculous.
just the last house or the one that's already established lawn is where you want to, you're
You're talking about the one on Ash,
house, right?
The last one on Pine,
And the one behind it.
yeah, and even, I think it only needs about 80 feet. The rest of it, I think they can mow or take care of it. But, you get on the one on Pine Street on the west side of
Yeah.
Church and Pine, or
Yeah.
sorry, Church and Pine.
Fine.
Yep, if you look over the bank there.
I know, it's
so
like
steep.
3.5, 4 foot
Yeah,
down,
it's
yeah.
more than that, and I just don't think they're gonna.
What about on the east side of Pine? To the culvert, to the field?
I think that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's okay. I think that, it's steep enough and there's not such a.
It's a gradual.
Exactly. Where the one on the other side, honestly, I would just go forget it, if I were you. And
Well, if Greenlight's paying, I'll make a motion to go ahead and give Greenlight, permit for the culvert for,
You gotta fill a permit out first.
yeah. But I'll make a motion that they can go ahead and fill out a permit for the culvert from Ash to Pine. For a second.
I'll second that.
Roll call Kevin.
Aye.
Mark.
Aye.
Aye. Stephanie.
I'm staying.
Approve or disapprove homeowner at 248 Ash Street requesting pothole in the alley behind his house get filled in.
We did a locate for him, an emergency locate for him, and when I was there, he asked me to pass that request on to you. I explained to him that most of the time, alleyways aren't approved by the village, but I told him I'd pass the request on to you.
Is this a new problem, or any idea what it's caused by?
No. I honestly don't, I think he just wants potholes filled in, because the alley's locked by, I don't know, part of the way back there. And he said, I just want the potholes filled in back there. And I said, well, I wasn't speaking for you, obviously, but I told him in past practice, I don't think the city ever approved alleys for people, but I said I would ask.
So there's a lot more potholes and a lot of alleys.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, whatever you want. I told him I'd pass them on.
I'll make a motion to disapprove the homeowner's at 248 Ash request for pothole in the alley behind his house get filled in. For a second.
I'll second that.
Roll call Kevin.
Aye.
Stephanie.
Aye.
Aye. Mark.
Aye.
Approve or disapprove branch hanging on electrical line at 310 Ash. That's the one that's.
I had no idea, it wasn't from me.
That's the one going for the home service.
That's not.
The one right next to the trailer court.
Oh, it's, Hal or Hawk?
Yeah, what's her name? Marcy.
Yeah, it wasn't from me, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Is it on the service of the house? Oh, I see.
No,
It's the line going to the service. But you're never gonna get a truck in there, because it's behind the house. I just drove by it.
Yeah, I don't know, have any information on that one either.
I would assume, and this is an assumption, I would assume it's a service because the primaries are underground back there.
Yeah, there's a pole going to the back towards the trailer court that's coming towards your house.
Oh, okay.
Back
What,
down.
that street light's not underground, isn't it, there at the corner?
Correct. Third.
On Third and Ash?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yep, it is.
Make a motion to have Greenlight look into it, and if it's a village issue, or it could severely affect village service, go ahead and trim it. If it's a homeowner problem, notify the homeowner that it's their problem. Notify the village, and we'll notify the homeowner it's their problem.
I'll second that.
That's it, your discussion, Alan, you just let us know.
If you deem fit, cut it, cut it. Roll call Kevin.
Aye.
Mark.
Aye.
Stephanie.
Aye.
Approve or disapprove 2 dead trees to be removed at 755 Fifth Street.
This is also a homeowner request, I have no idea what he wants.
Yeah,
Them dead ash trees up along Ash Street.
Yeah, one's like a fruit tree and
Dead ash tree.
One's a ginormous ash tree that's mostly.
We're not into tree trim or removal for anybody.
well, the previous homeowner, she was notified, but then she pulled it up.
That's what our fault.
Can we,
We can send her a what, I sent him a
say,
letter.
can we send him notification at least that
Yeah, I
it
think the
was not
clerk
a
can
problem a long
send
time ago?
him, not notification, and just say that it's the homeowner's responsibility to remove that liabilities, and it's in the village ordinance.
I'll make a motion to disapprove the removal of 2 trees at 755 Fifth Street.
I'll second that.
Roll call Stephanie.
Aye.
Aye. Mark.
Aye.
Kevin. Aye. Approve or disapprove Greenwood Fire Department event changes to include dinner, silent auction, and concessions during bingo.
Evening.
Good.
Thanks, Alan. Make a motion to approve the Greenwood Fire Department event changes for dinner, silent auction, and concessions during the bingo.
I'll second.
Roll call Kevin.
Aye.
Stephanie.
Aye.
Aye, Mark.
Aye.
Approve or disapprove food truck bass meats.
Make a motion to approve Bass Meats Food Truck. I'm assuming this for Fun Day? Fair enough.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call Stephanie.
Aye.
Don, aye, Mark.
Aye.
Kevin.
Aye.
Approve or disapprove food truck Twisted Hitch.
I'll make a motion to approve the Twisted Hitch Food Truck for Greenwood Fun Day.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call Don, aye, Mark.
Aye.
Kevin.
Aye.
Stephanie.
Aye.
Approve or disapprove yard signs and 4x8 sponsor banner from Howdy Owl, not to exceed $330.
How many yard signs is it?
Right now we have 10 quoted on there.
Why is it so much? I mean, the quote was only for 2 something.
So I have a question. Are these dated, and would they be year specific, or would they be?
No, they would be made so that they would be reusable.
Why last year's reusable?
We didn't get yard signs last year. It's part of, the sponsorships that businesses have given us. Our agreement was to advertise, for certain sponsorship levels, so they get the yard signs. So we can use them from year to year. They'll be general, so that we're able to not have that cost every year.
So your estimates for 286, why is it 330?
So we went ahead because if there are any future sponsorships that businesses come to us and they pick the level that we made an agreement to give them the yard sign, we wanted to ensure that we would be able to have that approved, and get that for them.
So every yard sign's $10, and you're basically giving yourself a 5-yard sign cushion, 4-yard sign
Yeah,
cushion?
just to make sure that if there's any, because last year we had businesses kind of come in last minute and make some donations, which we were really grateful for. We just want to make sure that if they're going to be giving us donations, that we are able to fulfill giving them a sign.
Fair enough. I'll make a motion to approve yard signs and the 4x8 sponsorship banner from Howdy Owl, not to exceed $330.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call Kevin. Aye. Stephanie.
Aye.
Don, aye, Mark.
Aye.
Approve or disapprove consideration of sponsorship pledge and donated raised to the date. We have requested the board waive peddler fees for the day for Greenwood Fun Day.
I'll make a motion to waive peddler's fee for Greenwood Fun Days.
Is there a second?
So how much were you charging the vendors?
So the food trucks are paying $20 per sign up. We have, and I'll just share this again, we have received over $30,600 of donations to date. Our total event spend to date is $3,914, including what was just voted on a few moments ago, which means that our net spend is $186.
Right, but I asked how much they were charging the vendors.
Yep, the food trucks is $20.
$20
Per truck.
per truck.
Yep.
But
Okay,
even.
what about the
craft
vendor
vendors
fair,
is what my
craft
question
fair?
is.
We are not part of that. That's sponsored by Loveless Events, not by Parks and Rec.
So we book the food trucks, and so we have them pay us a flat fee because we can't ask them for a percentage of donation because that's a joint venture. So that's how we got around, that's how we used to in the past. So instead we just charge them a flat fee since we bring them in and we don't hire them, but we have them come in.
Charging her to have her.
So we committed to the $20 for the food truck. So we were planning on doing the $20. Our plan was to increase the fee charge that we do every year, so that people are familiar and not, we don't want them to feel like we're asking a lot of money for them and we're asking them to come in. So we anticipate next year that we will raise the cost to $50, but this year we're gonna do the $20. And then we plan to talk to those people when they're here and get them to commit to the next year and commit to the $50 payment while they're here for next year. Does that number include, the pledges as well? We have some pictures on there.
Okay, let's back up a second. So we're wanting to waive the peddler's fee for the all the craft show vendors or just the food trucks? I'm lost.
So this
For
would
all
be,
vendors for the day like we've done in the past.
I don't think we were able to waive the food trucks in the past. I think it was just the craft vendors. But I could be wrong, I don't know, Justin. Do you remember any?
My understanding is that what we did before is we waived vendor fees for the craft fairs, any money that was brought in at that point in time came directly to the village.
It did.
Is that what that was?
Well, because it was two different fees, it was
Yeah.
pay to be a part of the craft fair and then pay your daily fee, so it was like $50 total.
So,
the food trucks, this is the first year the food trucks have been charged a fee,
Right.
so that's.
so if we waive the vendor fees, basically they're already getting charged $25 or $20 or $75 off the peddler fee, we would waive that. As for anything outside of that, it would be just another vendor that we would charge. So like you said, limitless events or whatever, they would be considered a vendor, they would get charged that fee on top of that. The way I see it, since you guys are not sponsoring any of that stuff. You agree with that? Okay. So then that puts. Yeah, she's acting as one vendor running everything, so that's the way it is, I believe.
Well, she could still be charged her vendor that she has, but that's why they're asking to waive it, because
Yes,
otherwise she would have to
yes,
go back.
yes, I agree with that, I agree with that. That's why they're asking to waive the vendor fees, so they're not, yeah, they're not doubling up on that.
Do we have insurance on file, do you know, on all these things?
So.
For the food trucks, yes.
What about
Bounce house.
bounce house, the slip and
Shall use
slide?
Yeah, so once our check got to the bounce house people, that's considered that the contract is done. So then they're able, and they get their,
And they have to have it posted the day of that they're here anyway, so.
Yeah, yeah. And then Shelby has, like, limited expense has those
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
You know how many craft vendors there are potentially?
One time when Chad was at it, there was like 100.
The last count that I had, or Shelby told me about, she had, I believe, 67 responses, but I think she was only expecting about 45.
Well, she told me the other day it was 40, give or take. She
Yeah,
didn't have a
so
full
that's why I said, I
estimate
think it's
for
about
November.
45, yeah.
But she sat here and said she was gonna donate, so is that
Mhm.
still a,
Yep,
Mhm.
yep, that's one of the pledges that we have
I
from
just-
local businesses.
just wanted to make sure it was still, do we know what she's donating?
Did she say 500?
That's what she told us, is 500, yeah.
Well, she never said it at the meeting, so I didn't know. So,
Mhm.
okay.
I believe my motion is still out there waiting on a second, right?
Never made a motion.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Made a motion to what?
To waive the peddler's fee for,
Well, you didn't say I approve.
so I made a motion to waive the
It's either
peddler's
approve or
fee.
disapprove.
To approve the waiver of.
And I withdraw my motion, let somebody else do it.
Make a motion to approve the waiver of. Should I get this right? Greenwood Fun Day.
Okay, you gotta read it like it says, otherwise somebody's gonna come back and say, hey.
Oh, okay, all right. Make a motion to approve consideration of sponsorships, pledges, and donations raised to date. Request. That.
We'll just read that first.
Yeah, I was gonna say, in consideration of sponsorship, pledges, and donation raised to date, request waive peddler's fee for Greenwood Fun Day 2025.
There's a second?
I'll second that.
Roll call, Kevin.
Aye.
Mark.
Aye.
Don, aye. Stephanie.
Aye.
Approve or disapprove ordinance, approve or disapprove ordinance 556, clerk treasurer's salary. I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 556, an ordinance of the Village of Greenwood, Cass County, Nebraska, provide for the wages and the salary of certain officers, appointed elected officials, and employees of the Village of Greenwood, Nebraska, to provide definition, to provide for the severability of the section, clause, provision, or portion found unconstitutional or invalid, to repeal an ordinance in conflict with herewithin, to provide that the ordinance shall be published either in pamphlet form or by posting, and to provide that the ordinance shall not be made part of municipality code of the Village of Greenwood, Nebraska. Second.
I'll second that.
Roll call, Stephanie.
Aye.
Kevin.
Aye.
Mark.
Aye.
Don, aye. I'll make a motion to waive the second, third reading of ordinance 556. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, Mark.
Aye.
Don, aye. Stephanie.
Aye.
Kevin.
Aye.
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance 556. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, Kevin.
Aye.
Stephanie.
Aye.
Don, aye. Mark.
Aye.
Board comments or questions? Stephanie.
Just the nuisance properties, they're getting bad, and now, because of the one down further on Ash Street, now that people in the new subdivision that think that they can also park their campers on the streets, because people are living in campers on other properties.
I completely agree with you, but until I get orders from planning and zoning to enforce stuff, there's not much I can do.
We already have stuff in the works with one of them.
I have not seen anything or heard any response from planning and zoning, so that's why
It was with
I.
the works with one.
Okay. I have to look into that and see then, because I haven't heard anything about that. I guess I'm completely aware of that. It seems like another camper was in yesterday.
Lots and lots of things.
So, just a quick thing on that one too, there's been a couple fence permits come in. I was also, somebody also verbally complained to me that the swimming pool showing that new development does not have a construction fence or anything around it, and it was full of water, a hazard for everybody, your children in the area.
There's one over on Grand and 4th Street too.
Okay. I will be looking into the way I can enforce that.
That's right, the ordinance. It's Cass County ordinance.
Okay, okay,
I think Justin, or
Perfect.
Darlene can just send them over
okay,
and
okay,
state the ordinance.
okay. Hopefully with the new system, we can write a ticket for it.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
That's all I
I
have.
got nothing.
I just want to thank Jimmy and Alan and everybody for doing everything to do it, going through this heat. It's been tough on everybody, you and the sheriffs and everybody, so thanks for being out there, getting everything mowed and doing everything they have been doing. We can adjourn at 8:03.